Okay. So we were talking about the literary discourse. First, talk about introduction to literary discourse in journalistic writing. So I just talk about discourse. What is discourse and different types of discourse in which we talk about literary discourse and types of literary discourse in the previous one. These are the types which we have discussed earlier: expressive, narration, exposition, description, and argument discourses. And their further division we are discussing right now with examples. So expressive discourse we have discussed earlier. It reflects the emotions of the writer. We have discussed. Now, what is poetic discourse? So we have discussed it briefly in the previous session. It is a highly creative approach to fictional writing in which writer presents thoughts, feelings, events, places, and characters in imaginative and sometimes rhythmic language that appeals to our senses, that appeals to readers' emotions. Poetic discourse emphasizes theme, imagery, and feelings. It emphasizes on theme, imagery, and feelings. It is a central component of poetry, but it is also evident to some degree in most novels and short stories. Poetry में ये central component, a very important component, but it's also very important in many novels and short stories. Within poetic discourse, there are many different types of genres or styles of writings. Poetic discourse में भी बहुत सारे you'll find there are many types of or styles of writing. Like fictional discourse, it tends to focus on how language is formed and used to communicate various abstract themes, philosophical ideologies, settings, and imagery. So fictional discourse जो इसमें ये चीजें शामिल होती है. This type of literary discourse also deals with the resolution of emotional questions through character development. Character development के through ये कुछ emotional questions भी करते हैं, and this is something that you will get through poetic discourse. After poetic discourse, I'll give you the example of poetic discourse and all this later on. After this, we have transactional discourse. Transactional discourse is less of a literary approach and more of an instructional one. इसमें instruction ज़्यादा होता है, literary थोड़ा कम होता है. It lays out a clear action or plan, typically in an active voice. Active voice में इसमें आपको ज़्यादा जो है चीजें नजर आएगी. It compels the reader to act, जिसमें रीडर से कहा जाता है कि वो एक्शन को परफॉर्म करे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे मिसाल आपके पास है एडवर्टाइजिंग एंड मार्केटिंग राइटिंग. मार्केटिंग और एडवर्टाइजिंग में जो राइटिंग इस्तेमाल की जाती है दैट इज ट्रांसैक्शनल डिस्कोर्स. So advertising and marketing writing, instruction manuals, and business correspondence, and all common sources of they are all common sources of transactional discourse. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have any question regarding this? Okay, in transitional discourse, most of this communication focuses on establishing some degree of interaction with the reader. अक्सर जो इसमें कम्युनिकेशन होती है वो ये होती है कि they try to establish some degree of interaction with the reader. जो उनके ऑडियंस होती हैं, reader means audience, उनसे वो किसी ना किसी तरह से they try to establish interaction with them. For example, just I'm giving you an example. एक आप डस्टबिन, आप कुछ इलाकों में जाएं तो वहाँ पे डस्टबिन के ऊपर लिखा होता है यूज मी. इसका क्या मतलब है? What does it mean?
Instruction.
वो डस्टबिन पे जो लिखा हुआ है that is communicating to you that do not throw your garbage or wrappers or such things on the road. Throw them into the drum or dustbin. यही है ना इसका मतलब. तो उसने
Yes,
सिर्फ
sir.
क्या लिख दिया, 2 वर्ड्स में use me. तो use me करके आपके साथ उसने इंटरेक्शन की और आप ही उसके ऑडियंस, यानी उसके ऑडियंस हर वो बंदा जो अब गाड़ी वाला या ट्रक वाला या समझ ले क्या कहते हैं, जो भी वहां से गुजर रहा है, अगर उसके हाथ में कुछ है जो वो फेंकना चाहता है तो वो उसका ऑडियंस है, वो उसका रीडर है, वही उसको पढ़ेगा, वो इसकी तरफ देखेगा. सो दिस इज हाउ दे ट्राई टू एस्टेब्लिश some degree of interaction with the reader. इसी तरह से when you go to certain areas over there you will find it is mentioned के slow down, इस तरह से colony is ahead और dangerous, जैसे तो बहुत से पेट्रोल के जो टैंकर होते हैं उसके ऊपर लिखा होता है हाईली डेंजरस, इस तरह कुछ लिखा हुआ होता है. सो दे आर कम्युनिकेटिंग टू अस एंड देयर इनडायरेक्ट मीनिंग इज दैट कि हम उस चीज़ की तरफ ना जाएं या उस चीज़ को हाथ ना लगाएं, इस तरह की उनकी इनडायरेक्ट मीनिंग होती है. सो दे आर communicating to us, their main target is to establish some degree of interaction with us. It is the most common form of discourse used in business correspondence, advertising, instruction manuals, and editorial articles. तो इनमें बहुत आम तौर पर इस्तेमाल की जाती है this kind of discourse. In most cases, it tends to propel the reader into action. बहुत से केसेस में रीडर को एक्शन यानी कि एक्ट करने पर मजबूर करती है. जैसे मिसाल के तौर पर सच एज परचेजिंग अ प्रोडक्ट और आस्किंग फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन. आप किसी प्रोडक्ट को परचेज करने जा रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे आपको इंस्ट्रक्शन मिलेंगी, तो यू विल बाय द प्रोडक्ट या यू विल आस्क फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन. आप मजीद फिर इन्फॉर्मेशन के लिए मजीद इन्फॉर्मेशन हासिल करने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो दिस इज हाउ इट विल डू व्हाट इट विल make you, it will persuade you to perform action. Now let's
Sir,
talk
in
about
editorials, how it compel reader to act?
articles. These are articles. For example, if you are interested in sports, तो जो स्पोर्ट्स का पेज होगा वो आप जब भी आप न्यूज़पेपर लेंगे तो सबसे पहले आप उसे स्पोर्ट्स के पेज पर जाएंगे, उसको पढ़ेंगे और फिर एडिटोरियल आर्टिकल्स वगैरह भी होते हैं, उनको भी आप स्टडी करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम वेरी इंटरेस्टेड इन क्रिकेट, सो आई मस्ट रीड एनी आर्टिकल रिलेटेड टू क्रिकेट. आई डोंट हैव एनी इंटरेस्ट इन एनी अदर स्पोर्ट्स, सो आई विल नॉट रीड. अब जिसको फुटबॉल में इंटरेस्ट है तो वो लाजमी फुटबॉल की खबर पढ़ेगा. इस तरह से जिसको करंट अफेयर का बहुत शौक है तो वो करंट अफेयर के लिए पढ़ेगा. सो दिस इज हाउ एडिटोरियल. अच्छा, एडिटोरियल आर्टिकल्स में ये होता है कि वो आर्टिकल्स मुख्तलिफ मौज़ूआत पर लिखते हैं, तो उनको पढ़ने वाले भी वही होंगे जो उन मौज़ूआत से रिलेटेड है. मिसाल के तौर पर आजकल जो T20 वर्ल्ड कप का स्क्वाड जो है अनाउंस किया गया है, सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन बिटवीन द कोच एंड कैप्टन. So you might find some articles, editorial articles in certain leading newspapers. So those who are interested in cricket, they must read if they have the newspaper. And those who are not interested in cricket, so they will never read it. So that is useless for them. So इनके अपने अपने readers होते हैं, अपने अपने इनके audience होते हैं. So editorial articles इस तरह से हमारे पास आते हैं. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So they will propel the reader, they will compel the reader to perform that action. Now let's talk about examples. Examples of poetic discourse. ये poem है She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. Byron का पता है आप लोगों को? Who was Byron?
Yes, sir.
Who was he? कौन था वो?
Sir, वो romantic age के एक poet थे.
He was a romantic poet, romantic young poet. बायरन शेले, आपने नाम सुना होगा, बायरन शेले, कीट्स, वर्ड्सवर्थ, these are renowned romantic poets. तो उसकी एक पोएट्री थी, पोएम थी, शी वॉक्स इन ब्यूटी. सो इन दिस वेल लव्ड बायरन पोएम, ये बायरन की वेल लव्ड पोएम थी, बहुत readers can find a great example of poetic discourse. It was written after Byron met his cousin Mrs. John Wilmot. जब उसने अपने इस cousin से मुलाकात की, then he wrote this one. Her beauty so moved him that he immediately went home and wrote this poem about her. यानी कि उसने जब उससे मुलाकात की तो वो उसको उसकी ब्यूटी ने इतना मूव किया, इतना अपील किया, इतना मुतासिर किया that he immediately went home. वो घर गया और उसने एक पोएम लिख डाली उस पर. The poem uses iambic tetrameter throughout much of it, as Byron describes the woman's awe-inspiring beauty. Awe-inspiring beauty means outstanding beauty. अब क्या था वो पोएम? ये था. Can you see the poem? Is it visible to you? सब दिख रहा है? Okay. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. Thus mellowed to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies. Now here are the first few lines. चंद lines हैं शुरू की, in which the rhyme scheme is quite clear. जैसे night sky is bright, night bright skies eyes light. ठीक है, ये इस पर rhyme scheme है. Byron uses rhyming words at the end of lines and devices like alliteration and similes to create memorable imagery. अब इसमें आप देखेगा, you will find alliteration. Alliteration जो है साउंड से रिलेटेड इसका ताल्लुक है. सिमिलीज का इस्तेमाल इन लाइंस में आपको मिलेगा, राइट? सो व्हाई डज ही यूज देम और व्हाई इज ही यूजिंग देम? सो ही इज यूजिंग दीज राइमिंग वर्ड्स एट द एंड ऑफ लाइंस एंड लिटरेशन एंड सिमिलीज टू क्रिएट मेमोरेबल इमेजरी. मैंने, अगर आपको याद हो, मैंने आपको स्टॉपिंग बाय द वुड्स ऑन अ स्नोई इवनिंग की मिसाल दी थी. तो उसमें क्या चीज़ ज़्यादा मुतासिर करती है उस पोएम के अंदर? शॉर्ट, इट इज़ अ शॉर्ट simple poem. What thing appeals to the readers most?
Sir, which poem?
वो जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दी थी कि stopping by the woods on a snowy evening. Yes, कुछ याद आ रहा है?
No, sir.
रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट की एक पोएम है ना, स्टॉपिंग बाय द वुड्स ऑन अ स्नोई इवनिंग. उस पोएम में क्या चीज़ जो है वो ज़्यादा अट्रैक्ट करती है? वही जो शाम का मंजर होता है और घोड़ा उनके साथ होता है, मगरिब का वक्त जो है वो सनसेट का वक्त होता है. किसी को भी अगर याद हो?
और सर जो एलिट्रेशन उसमें यूज किए थे,
या एलिट्रेशन का यूज होता है और उसके अलावा सिमिलीज का इस्तेमाल होता है. व्हाट थिंग अट्रैक्ट्स अ लॉट? मेरा सवाल ये है.
सर उसकी
या
सर
इसकी
उसकी थीम अट्रैक्ट करती है.
थीम अट्रैक्ट करती है, और कुछ?
So nature.
सर उसका जो आइडिया था ना कि something stops you and beauty stops you to admire that beauty, but you have some responsibilities to move forward.
या उसमें जो लाइंस है ना आखिर की कि the last two lines क्या था? The forest are dark, the forest is dark, deep and lovely, but I have promises to keep before I sleep. इस तरह कुछ है. The woods are dark, deep and lovely, but I have promises to
The
keep.
woods are lovely, dark and deep,
Yeah,
but I have
the woods are.
promised to keep
Yeah, the woods
miles
are.
to go.
But I have to. The woods are deep, dark and lovely, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now these are the 3 or 4 lines which are very attractive, which show his intention and which show his mind as well कि वो क्या सोच रहे हैं. अब इसकी बहुत सी इंटरप्रिटेशन की गई है. Miles to go before I sleep. Sleep also means that before I get tired or before I die or before I do this and that. मतलब उसने इस पे इस जुमले को it has been open to many interpretations. कि बहुत कुछ अभी भी करना है सर, क्योंकि जब इंसान की डेथ हो रही होती है तो वो शाम का मंजर ही होता है उसके सामने, और ये एक सिमिली के तौर पे भी इस्तेमाल होता है कि उसकी ज़िंदगी की शाम हो गई, मतलब ये उसकी ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो गई, ऐसे ही ना. तो ये नहीं बोलता उसकी ज़िंदगी की दोपहर हो गई. So here in this particular poem, here are the first few lines in which the rhyme scheme is quite clear, and the poet is using simile and all such things to create imagery. Words like gaudy, dare, denies, and thus mellow to that tender light are great examples of poetic discourse. तो ये जो है examples of poetic discourse की, जिसमें हम इसको हम simile कहेंगे, simile और metaphors का इस्तेमाल और इस तरह के poetic devices का इस्तेमाल किया. So inshallah we'll also discuss some poetic devices or literary devices which are important when to create imagery effect and to create other type of effects, and especially to create appealing or to appeal to feelings. Then we have examples of expressive discourse. Expressive discourse. क्या आपके पास रीडर कैन फाइंड एक्सप्रेसिव डिस्कोर्स. द ऑथर वर्जीनिया वुल्फ. वर्जीनिया वुल्फ का नाम सुना है?
Yes, sir.
So she kept a diary recording her personal recollections and emotions in its pages. So उनके पास एक डायरी थी जिसमें वो अपने पर्सनल रिकलेक्शंस में यादों को और इमोशंस को वो नोट किया करती थी. She used to record her personal memories or recollections. These are examples of her own ideas presented for their own reasons, which I'll present you. She is not attempting to sway anyone to her point of view or make a reader feel something specific. वो किसी को motivate या कोई इस तरह कुछ नहीं कर रही, but just she is expressing. Here is a quote from her diary. उनकी डायरी से एक quote हमारे पास है. What she says, I enjoy almost everything, yet I have some restless searcher in me. Why is there not a discovery in life? Something one can lay hands on and say, this is it. My depression is a harassed feeling. I'm looking, but that's not it. That's not it. What is it? And I shall die before I find it. ये उनकी अपनी पर्सनल डायरी थी जिसपे उन्होंने एक्सप्रेस किया अपने आप को. ठीक है. She expressed. She is not here to motivate or to persuade anyone else. Just she is expressing her feelings, things related to her experience. तो इसके बारे में क्या कहा जा रहा है कि in these lines she considers her emotions, tries to analyze them, and alludes to a deeper depression she can't shake off. So within expressive discourse, readers can find a writer's clear and unchanged source. इस तरह के डिस्कोर्स में आप राइटर्स के क्लियर और अनचेंज अनऑल्टर्ड थॉट्स को you will find writers clear and unchanged thoughts. That is what we call expressive discourse. And you will find many normally people write diaries and such kind of personal recollections in which you will find this expressive discourse very commonly. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, example of transactional discourse. Now, what is the basic purpose of this kind of discourse? The basic purpose is to convey the message in a way that is clearly understood without any confusion. यानी कि एक message है जिसको बगैर किसी confusion के अगर समझ आया, that is the purpose of transactional discourse. जो भी कहा जा रहा है उसमें ambiguity ना हो. What is the meaning of ambiguity?
Sir, which has more than one meaning?
Yeah, ambiguity means which has more than one meaning or multiple meanings. इस पे भी इंशाल्लाह एक क्लास होगी which I'll tell you, because in everyday discourse we have many sentences where sometimes we create ambiguity or sometimes without any deliberate effort ambiguity is created itself. यानी कि हमें पता भी नहीं तो ambiguity create हो जाती है. And this is how what happens, that we are unable to convince sometimes people or sometimes we are unable to convey our message in a proper manner. So what is said has no ambiguity. Everything should be clear for the reader. Usually this type of discourse is an active voice. इस तरह के जो discourse होती है, इस तरह के जो होती है discourse, वो normally किस में होते हैं? Active voice sentences में होते हैं. You know active and passive? पता है ना सबको active passive के बारे में? आवाज नहीं आ रही? There are 15 students with me. No one has replied.
Yes, sir.
Active पता नहीं किसी को? Yes, very good. So normally this type of discourse is an active voice. For example, instructions हो गई, guidelines हो गई, manuals हो गई, privacy policies हो गई, and patient instructions. They all are in transactional discourse. Instructions हो गए या prescription हो गई, डॉक्टर जो लिख कर देते हैं, so they all are in transactional discourse. Then you will find an example of narrative and argumentative discourse. तो हमने शुरू में पढ़ा कि narrative discourse, argumentative discourse. तो उसके examples हम यहाँ पे मैं share कर रहा हूँ. What is their example? This incredibly famous speech is an example of narrative and argumentative discourse. ये आपके पास एक मिसाल है narrative और argumentative discourse की. क्या है? King expresses his thoughts and those at the heart of the civil rights movement. ये अमेरिका का एक बादशाह अमेरिका था, उसने ये अपनी एक स्पीच की थी जिसमें उसने he expresses thoughts. He creates calls to action, hoping to inspire those listening to join him, as well as persuade those who disagree with him to change their minds. कुछ lines उसमें से मैं आपको दे रहा हूँ. You can read these lines. What he says from that speech: in a sense, we have come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall here. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So it was a marvelous speech by that American, and he was talking about the rights of black people as well. क्योंकि आपको मालूम है माजी में their rights were neglected, but then there was a kind of struggle. और उनमें जो उनके एक president है, I just forgot the name of that president. He was very notable. King's words are clear, mostly formal and to the point. क्या कहता है? He has a specific message, और वो message क्या है? He is trying to spread and he does not spend time adding in flowery language. अब उसमें कोई flowery language का सवाल नहीं कर रहा. He is just telling very straightforward message. And what is that message? That all are equal. They all should be given freedom and they all should be guaranteed the unalienable rights. यानी कि यहाँ पे किस चीज की बात कर रहा है कि सबको एक जैसे राइट्स होने चाहिए, खाओ ब्लैक हो या व्हाइट हो. There should not be any supremacy. So this is what we have the example of narrative and argumentative discourse. और भी इसमें बहुत सारी मिसालें हैं. Is that clear? तो आपको मैं इंशाल्लाह हैंडआउट वगैरह दूंगा, उसमें आप देख लीजिएगा मजीद डिटेल में. Now, किसी को इसमें कुछ पूछना हो? Yeah, does anybody have any question regarding this?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Do writers use discourse? So discourse is used whenever and however a writer addresses a topic. क्या सवाल ये है कि क्या writers discourse का इस्तेमाल करते हैं? तो जवाब इसका ये very simple. It is used whenever and however a writer addresses a topic. यानी किसी भी टॉपिक पर जब भी वो एड्रेस करेगा, लिखेगा या बोलेगा, he will use it. It takes many different forms as described above and is crucial for conveying one's experience. तो इसकी forms मुख्तलिफ हो सकती हैं. There are many different types of forms through which a writer can express himself. Sometimes he might express himself through writing or sometimes through speech. Without communication, there would be no genres of literature, nor any way for stories to be shared. So communication is definitely important, and this discourse is a source of communication. Function of discourse. It is crucial to how readers understand the world the author is trying to create. Author का मतलब यहाँ पे कोई भी है. In literature, of course, author means the writer. In everyday life, anyone can, speaker is author. So discourse is crucial to how readers understand the world the author is trying to create. But its function is much larger in scope than any one literary works. इसका function जो है बहुत ज़्यादा large है. Discourse serves to inform and shape how the individual sees the world. यानी कि किस तरह से आप किसी दुनिया को देखते हैं. How they form a baseline for responding to different concepts. So discourse is something that serves to inform. It helps to inform and shape. पहले inform करता है, फिर shape करता है. How the individual sees it. यानी कि किस तरह से आप उस दुनिया, यानी कि एक चीज को आप 10 लोग देखेंगे तो 10 लोग उस एक चीज को या उस एक वाक्य को या इवेंट को मुख्तलिफ अंदाज से बयान करेंगे. So this is what discourse does, and it is something that serves. At its most basic, it may seem like discourse is only communication. वैसे तो normally लोग सबको ये लगता है कि ये सिर्फ communication है, but communication is how we interact with one another, with ourselves and with our societies. तो communication इस तरह से कि किस तरह से हम एक दूसरे के साथ interact करते हैं, यानी कि एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं, और ourselves and with our societies. So this is very important. Now, written communications, whether they be novels, written communication, how novels or poems, non-fiction books, letters, diary entries or emails, they are records of how a society shares information. ये सब चीजें क्या है? They are the records how a society shares information. Some people share information through an article. Some share information through writing diaries. Some people share information through letters, and some share information through novels or poems or writing, different types of other, things. Some people share information even writing on the wall, even writing on certain things. They provide insights into why we think the way we do and how we connect with people and ideas. They influence behavior. Relationships, and social change. So the function of discourse definitely is great. किसी को सवाल से कोई सवाल पूछना तो मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं. Yes, we have hardly 5 to 8 minutes.
No, sir.
Your participation is very important. अभी तक हमने कोई इतना different complicated चीजों की बात नहीं की. These are all general things. In the end, we can say, literary discourse is usually analyzed in literature, creative writing, and English composition courses. And that's why I said that I'll have to teach you certain things related to English composition. especially narration and voice. कभी कुछ इसमें होगा, and then there are certain literary devices which I'll have to teach you in order to make you understand what literary discourse. पर उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे, we'll talk about some kinds of writing like report writing and business writing and definitely journalistic writing. Discourse analysis can be used to teach proper language structure, develop vocabulary, and increase an individual's ability to communicate effectively. So discourse analysis can be used to teach these things. In advanced literature courses, traditional and experimental forms are analyzed according to their effectiveness and intended meaning. So technique choices such as point of view, scene transition, and descriptive language are typically discussed. And this is what we have in, of course, literature, if we study literature in a proper manner. राइटर्स के बारे में कहा जाता है कि राइटर्स जो है उसके पास बड़ी पावर होती है. क्यों कहा जाता है, ये जुमला क्यों कहा जाता है? Writer is very powerful. Why is it said? Yes, can anyone tell me why is it said that writers are very powerful? अब ये एक आम सा सवाल है, इसके लिए आपको किसी किताब या नेट की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी.
सर वो किसी भी चीज के बारे में लिख के लोगों का माइंडसेट उसकी तरफ कर सकते हैं जिसकी तरफ वो करना चाह रहे हैं.
ओके, देखिए, वेरी गुड. राइटर is so powerful. Why? Because if he knows how to write, if he knows about his audience and he knows how to write, what to write, when to write, so definitely he can play a very significant role. अब आप देखें ना कि हम टीवी पर देखते हैं कुछ एंकर्स या कुछ हम जर्नलिस्ट को हम देखते हैं, they are very famous. We see some writers, we read some writers, they are very famous. हम लोग कुछ राइटर्स को पढ़े जो कि 600 साल पहले जिन्होंने कुछ लिखा था, we are still reading them. Why? Because they were very good at writing. They knew how to write. They knew how to convert feelings into words. They knew very well what kind of poetic devices should be used, how to create imagery, how to create feelings, how to create things which appeal to our feelings. They knew all these things very well. And the same thing can be done even today if writers have capability of using language. Language actually use of language is very important. So language के अंदर फिर आपके पास जो है literary devices भी आ जाती हैं, जैसे मिसाल simile, metaphor, metonymy, और इसके अलावा there are many other things which are used in literature. They are used to create beauty, add beauty to the work, and they are used to convey a lot in very few possible words. So this is the beauty of a writer. Writers ने आपके पास मुख्तलिफ किस्म के writers हैं, some use poetic forms, some use prose forms, some use novels or fiction for expressing their ideas or for talking about their experience. Some use articles, the form of articles. Some use short stories, and this is how there are many different ways. पोइट्री के अंदर अगर हम देखें तो पोइट्री के अंदर हमारे पोइट्रिक डिस्कोर्स में बहुत सारे स्टाइल हमारे पास आते हैं. सम यूज सिंपल पोएम्स, कुछ आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे जो लॉन्ग नैरेटिव पोएम्स पे चले जाते हैं, कुछ ऐसे मिलेंगे आपको जो मतलब लव पोएम पे चले जाते हैं, कुछ ऐसे आपको मिलेंगे जो पोट्स लिखते हैं. तो देयर आर डिफरेंट वेज इवन इन पोइट्री. प्रोस में भी हमारे पास इस तरह की बहुत सारे, कुछ ऐसे लिख रहे हैं तो कोई पम्फलेट लिख रहा है. तो इवन यू कैन कम्युनिकेट टू समवन एल्स थ्रू विजिटिंग कार्ड. विजिटिंग कार्ड के जरिए भी आप किसी के साथ कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, उसको बता सकते हैं कि आप कौन हैं और आप क्या करना चाहते हैं और क्या कर रहे हैं, लाइक दिस. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव लिटरेरी डिस्कोर्स. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क मी. यू हैव 4 minutes. ये कुछ टर्म्स हैं, इनको हम देख लेंगे, राइट, which we'll study later on. These are some terms और कुछ और मजीद इसके अलावा भी है. Yeah, you have 3 minutes. If you have any question, you can ask me. Hurry up, time is running. We are running out of time. If you have any question, you can ask me. No question? That's all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you very much. See you soon, inshallah. And when I submit the handouts over there, so I would like all of you to get them photocopied. तो इसे मिस ना करें और जो मैं आपको वर्ड पीडीएफ भेजूंगा तो उसको भी काइंडली देख लीजिएगा, राइट? Thank you very much.